which is obviously the project you were working on last time. So this is the basic structure I've explained last time. So now I'm going to explain you first variables. So let's get into it. So look, variables are basically units which store value of their own kind. And how do we define these value of their kinds? Using return types. So first of all, we're going to learn what are return types. So look, we already have this void main return type in our function, which is because if we type it, we don't need to put any return. But if I instead type in int and try to run it, nothing happens. And because I don't really have any function there, that's why it works unless it won't work, because it does not gives you any return value. So if we write in the function and it does not work, if we write int or anything, we can just type in return and here type in semicolon and type in 0. But we're not going to do that because I don't really like that method, and instead I used to stick with void because that's probably what I've learned. So now we have one in this episode are int, long int, and float. So now let's take a look for the int. Now as you can see guys, int is means numeric, and because we all know integer is a part of mathematics, that's why it's obviously for numbers. Now what is long int? Now look, long int basically the opposite of int. What does that mean? Well look, int, the maximum amount of value an int variable can store is 32,767. But the long int decreases this value, makes this value even more, and makes that you can even use one variable can hold even more than 1 crore value of number, and it only takes 8 bytes instead of the int which is taking 4 bytes. So now we are going to place a here. I will see if I can fix it, but anyways, okay, look, enter value. Now it's enter, but if I press anything like G, it quits. Why? Because there's nothing more else than printf, so it can't show anything else. So look, now there's one more to print in. Now you'll see why, like I have printed these variables, but you know that we can print these variable values. How? We just press enter, and in these fields where we want to print it. So I'm anywhere I want to print them, enter space. But now we need to do a format specifier. Now what is a format specifier? Now look, the three format specifiers I'm going to tell you guys are int, float, and char. So the int format specifier is %d, and float percentage specifier is %f, and the char format specifier is %c. So now you can type these in your copies, because I have a special announcement at the end of this video. So you should know about all of this because it's going to be fun. But anyways, enter, and now because we are going to print our value of our int variable, we are going to put %d, and now I'm going to put %f. I'm going to put the first format specifier we have is of the int variable, so I'm going to type in the int variable names first. Now the second is of the float variable, so I'm going to type the float variable's name after. And now no errors. Run it, and as you can see, it shows us. But now you can see what is these dot after 9. What is this value which is coming? Now look, we put 099, but it's a bit different. Now I can press a dot here and it won't give us any error, but when we put this, it only shows 1, 2, 3. Why? Because it removes the dots, the decimals. And if I do this, run this, it shows that. So you can use that to hide it. But now on to our most critical part in this session, scanf. Now what is scanf? Look, scanf is basically a command which is used to store values in a variable from the user. Because usually I'm just doing like this, like this. I'm storing it using that, but we can use scanf to store it from the user. So it's really good for, and I think scanf is mostly used in complex programs a lot. For example, if you want to make a calculator, you will need to use scanf. You want to make anything that requires a user input and then displaying it again on the screen, you will need to use scanf. But now I'm going to show you guys the syntax. So it's simple: scanf brackets semicolon inside the brackets annotations. Now what after these? Now what I'm going to do here is first of all put the format specifier of the variable and then the comma here and the variable. Okay guys, so now there's one more to it. You can just put scanf and use it. Why? Because it just feels like you're having blank screen and just type in anything and it pops up. It just feels good. So you can use a mixture of printf and scanf to create your very own programs. So I'm just going to create a simple program and come back to you guys in a moment. So guys, this is done. I think it's done. So now I'm going to explain the whole code because I've changed a few things. First of all, as you can see around the ABC, we don't have any equals to. We don't have that because if we do that, after entering the value, it won't show that value because it already is assigned it one value. So second thing is I have put a printf enter a number. So what it does, it tells the person that this is the value. So to enter a value here. So now after that I have a scanf which shows percentage %t, the format specifier, and I have this s and mark with ABC. Now why and mark? Well, because if we don't use the and mark, it's just going to show garbage value. And we don't want that. You want to just enter a number and just show random values. If you don't want that, then you should put the and value. And now again, at the end, we're just using printf, enter the values you entered, and it equal to, and just the format specifier and ABC. So now if we run this, as you can see, I'm going to enter 5. The value you enter 5. So guys, that's it for today. See you guys next time.